We just got our first official Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2 trailer, and despite the fact that this trailer has dispelled one of my biggest fears about the game, it unfortunately just gave me another one. The trailer has confirmed that the game is coming in 2025, and we have also got a quick confirmation that Nezuko and Tanjiro are indeed doing a Team Ultimate, but I just cannot ignore the fact that CC2 is doing the same mistake again. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Only 1% of you guys that watch my videos are subscribed to the channel. If you enjoy my content, then please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel right now. As I have mentioned, we got brand new cinematics for Hinokami Chronicles. My guess that Nezuko and Tanjiro will have a Team Ultimate was on point, purely on the fact that the Sweep the Board game had a cutscene between Obanai and Sanemi which looked like a Team Ultimate, but even this couldn't convince me that CC2's decision is correct, and the reason for that is that they still keep developing the game for the PlayStation 4 console. If you didn't know, in the first Hinokami Chronicles game we only had 30 FPS when it got released, and then a bit later we got an update that allowed us to play the game on 60 FPS. Now it had a bunch of issues, such as demons regenerating twice as much, certain characters had weird interactions, a lot of optimal combos just straight up didn't work because the game was being developed for 30 FPS. However, I'm not gonna lie, in 2025, which is going to be the year when Demon Slayer 2 releases, having 30 FPS is unacceptable. And my biggest fear was that CC2 will do the same mistake that they did with Naruto Storm Connections. They pretty much gave us slideshows for a huge chunk of the game, and even the ones that weren't slideshows, they just ended certain cinematics with the game asking whether you wanna continue or not. And yes, not everyone cares about the online. I remember someone said in either one of my video comment section or in my latest tweet that he doesn't care about the online, he's just here for the story mode. And that's cool. But there's gonna be a lot of people who's just gonna head over to the online and start playing ranked, start playing player matches, start playing group matches, because surely CC2 didn't forget to add group matches to Demon Slayer 2, right? Anyone? Am I the only one hoping that CC2 didn't do the same fucking mistake for like the 5th time and didn't forget to add a core community feature? As long as we are not forced to play the game on 30 FPS, it's cool. Everyone should have an option to play whichever version of the game they wanna play, but god damn it man, this game will not survive if the player base is divided between 30 and 60 FPS. I know that this is a console specific issue and the PC Master Race players are already typing a paragraph that their $5,000 gamer laptop is that much better than a console, but anime games die on PC in like a month or maybe 2, so enjoy having 500 FPS in practice mode. Let me tell you guys a story about a game called Naruto Storm Connections. That game was also developed by CC2 and it also had PS4 support. One day I joined an online tournament which didn't have a rule against which version you guys play. Of course the majority of the players were playing on 60 FPS, there was not much of a problem, I was destroying whoever came at me, but then there came this guy that only owned a PS4. Your eye cannot adapt to 30 FPS on the fly if you've been playing 60 for hours. Luckily in that game you can choose to not play against players that can only see up to 30 FPS, but the community was hell-bent on not playing with PS4 players, some even got shamed. And that is the reason why it's not good to have two different versions of the same game. The characters gonna be different, the player base will treat each other differently, toxicity will spike, that one chat behind the Demon Slayer Twitter page gonna get flamed once again just like years ago for no reason. Not to mention CC2 is notorious of developing stuff on top of an already made game, which means, for all we know, Demon Slayer 2 might already have game-breaking glitches if 60 FPS wasn't touched since the last time it got patched years ago. And this isn't even the final problem. If Aniplex wants a Demon Slayer 3, which I'm not gonna spoil the manga, but we got more than enough content for another game, trust me. Not to mention how many copies Demon Slayer 1 sold, then that means they are gonna be building even more on a foundation that was meant to be made for 30 FPS. I'm just gonna say a bold prediction, 2030. Can you really say for sure that in 2030, Demon Slayer 3 in 30 FPS will not be trash talked for how limited it is? Ain't no way, man. All in all, what I'm trying to say with my rant is that this is gonna be a huge issue later down the line. For now, it might be beneficial on the short run. The story mode only players gonna like the game, but anime games die without community features. And you can add whatever you want to the game that supports the community. You can do anything it won't matter as long as the game is in 30 FPS. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I really didn't mean to sound this negative about a game that I have high hopes for. I'm just here to possibly push the game in the right direction, in case someone at Aniplex or Sega watches me, which I doubt will happen, but hey, one can always dream, right? Hope you all have had a fantastic day, stay safe, until next time boys. Peace!